This is Jakob, or known as the Dado. I'm here with Guido and we're going to talk a bit about gear. We're going to start a bit with the amplification and then continue with the pedal board. So, Eichamps.
Yeah.
Like them?
Eichamps, no, I don't like them. Yes, of course I like them. And it's quite a young model. It's the only guitar amp Eich is building. He is well known for building very great high quality bass amplification. And then he starts building guitar amplifiers. And so I'm really the first, or maybe the only rock guitarist using Eich. And what I like about this is it looks different. So that's, of course, I just saw and say, okay, it looks different, but hey, wow, it's cool. And it's a very simple head, 35 watts. Also, at least you would say not much power, but it has the punch of a 100-watt amp. I don't know how Thomas Eich has done this, and as you can see here, this is a kind of structure which you have on Formula 1 on the racing flags. When the racing cars go into the goal, you have this flag coming, so that's the meaning of this. It's a non-master volume amp, very simple. It's only just volume, treble, mid, bass, presence, and it's 35 watts, as I said, and it has a built-in boost. So when you have a foot switch, I don't have it connected now, so then you can give a boost also. I think 6 dB, something like this. So when when everything breaks down from your pedal board or whatever, just take one pedal and you can play.
Yeah.
So that's very important to me, and I just don't want it to take a very big, complicated amplification with me on the road. And I used to have these amps, very great stuff, but in a way, during my musical journey, I had the feeling, okay, I need to go back to the simple things. And just straight out of the speaker, and so it came up to Eich. We got in touch together, and so here it is. The caps are just standard 4x12, but he has his own speakers, and they are different mains. So the magnets are different. The cones are made from the same company who was doing the cones for Celestial speakers. This company is based in Germany, so they are German-made speakers, but quite lightweight, so you can carry this one cap along yourself. And it's very, very professional built. So on the back, so there's nothing to switch on. You just have different input jacks, just for mono, for 2-point stereo, just for scaling to another cap. And so it's all marked, and just to have a little field on the back where you can put the cables on. And I have always this one here. This is something for the emergency, so a kind of high frequency filter, which is nowadays it can becomes a problem with all the electro stuff we have in the air, and but also I can connect many things just to this thing, and they are all separated from each other. So all the electric circuits are separated from each other. And it's a safety thing, so whenever there is a high peak in the emergency, it doesn't kill your amp.
No.
It kills the fuse maybe from this thing, right? But the protection is there. So this is something, I had it twice in my whole career that amp goes down because of a peak in the emergency. So in the electricity, and so that's why I have this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Simple but great.
Okay.
No?
So let's not waste any time and go to the pedal board.
Yeah. Okay. So this is Captain Kirk's cockpit, as you can see. It looks big. It is big, but on the other hand, it's very simple.
Yeah.
So as I said, I used to have these 3-channel amps with each channel with a boost and stuff like this. Very great stuff. But then I decided, okay, when you go on the road more, and when a big, very complicated amp goes down, you have a problem.
Yeah.
So for me, important is that I can pick up any from these pedals and just one and I can play.
Yeah.
So this is very important. It is so big because in Bodyguerra we just have one guitar player, and I have to deliver some different sounds when we play a full show. So this pedal board works as follows. The first thing is here this green switcher. I go in there, I can at least connect 3 different guitars. So on the input A, it's this one here, so I have 2 other ones. So whenever a string breaks, I just can change very quickly. When I go here, it goes to the tuner, as you can see, without any sound. And so I always can tune without any volume. Then on these yellow switches here, these are my sounds. So now here on the first knob here with the blue light, it's the amp in pure. Which is always very important to me, because when you have sometimes maybe a kind of noise which disturbs you, and so I can just check if it's the amp, if it's a tube or it's within the board. Right? And so from there I go to different distortion pedals. I work with Weehbo, and they are handmade pedals from Hanover in Germany, and so they deliver for me the sound that I want. And what I really love about these pedals is, so whenever you have a certain knowledge about amps and amp history from the big British amps, the big American amps, you know what these pedals deliver, and they deliver what is written on it. And so for Bodyguerra, I rarely use this absolutely clean tone from the amp, so mostly I like it a little bit more break up. It's the Plex drive. It emulates a big 100-watt British amp with a little delay on it, and this is what I use for Behind the Clouds for the rhythm guitars. It's the ballad on the Fire and Soul album. We have this. So that
sounds very heavily. Like
yeah.
Clouds.
And that's the goal.
Yeah.
So, I'm not too crazy about effects, absolutely not. And so this is the sound. I always have a little delay on it, and I have this little kind of break up distortion as if there is an M on 10. Because what most people don't know, when you have an old British amp, they don't distort much. And so the distortion is not much. So they don't have a heavy metal sound. So all the old guys, even the old Judas Priest sounds, they all have a pedal board in front. The amp is nearly on full, but there is always a kind of booster in front. So for the next thing, so this is what I call clean crunch. So the next thing is this blue pedal here. That's JMPDrive, so it emulates a 50-watt amp, and it has a kind of bluesy distortion. Which I use for the Fire and Soul tune, for the title song. And so sometimes you have a venue or acoustics when you have a feeling within the show, you need a little bit more gain. So I have the same thing, or the same pedal here with the inbuilt booster. So these switches have an inbuilt booster, a buffer kind of thing, so it can give a little bit more gain. So that is a little touch more, but it depends on the venue. And so it's the next sound, which I call Brat. So that's a German slang word for heavy distortion, and it's my rhythm sound. It's this JVMDrive here, this blue one. And then solo is of course the solo sound. It's the Black Galaxy edition from the JVMDrive and this ducktail echo, which I really love because you have here this temp function, so you can give the tempo of the song and then you have a delay on the quarter notes. And this is then always quite nice. That's the sounds that I use. And although we are not even here at a rehearsal volume, it's the kind of feeling, okay, there's a big amp. And so it's a true amp. You hear the tubes working, and so this is very important to me. As I came from this area, as a kid, I grew up with all these guitarists that made the rock music we have today. They created it. Right? So they are, at least they have always been creators, not only on the musical part, also on the technical part. So what I like about the switching system is that so whenever I connect something like this with this record, is not only this pedal, everything else is out of the way. So it's always like here, it's always these twos. This one is only this one is only this one here. And from there I go to this red one, which is then, at least for the output section, the whole pedal board is set up in stereo. So today I just have one amp. So this thing here has no big quintessence. It's a kind of harmonizer in the pedal form, which you can set it up for a certain key, so that you can say, okay, I'm in Aeolian mode and I want the third on top. So this pedal can do this. In the moment it's connected in a way that only just on one side I have the harmony part, and on the other side, on the second amp, there is the original signal. So we can't do this here. I think I will change it to mono, because you can't not always set the whole setup. It's not always possible. No? And but generally from there it goes into this BBE sonic stomp, and it brings the whole thing a little bit more forward. So more to the front, that you have the feeling the sound is more straight to the face. It's not much, but it's this little thing, okay, this little push extra. It's not Spinal Tap, there's one more. It's just like, it's a frequency thing, so that you have the feeling, okay, the sound is more direct into the face. So, and then of course I have a VAR. It's a real McCoy VAR, and it's in front of this whole chain. So this is always connected. So when I go over here, so that's it.
Cool. It looks very big, but actually it's pretty simple. So
Yes, of course. I don't like complicated stuff, because on stage you don't have much time. When there is some kind of mistake, something is not going right.
When something breaks, you...
Yeah, of course. I mean, when you look down under, so I have a really big transformers over there from Kyle, so that this all that the electricity is right. But when this thing breaks down, I always can, as I said, I can use the amp, I can use one pedal, I just put up the pedal from the pedal board, connect two cables, finished. I can work. And this is then very important, because I don't like it when the pedal board or all your stuff you're using is playing with you. You have to use it. So and then when it looks big, but you have this luxury, that you can say, okay, I can use these two pedals for this and that sound. The next pedal I use for that sound. And so that you can deliver different sounds within a full show, when so you have a little bit more excitement sound-wise. On the other hand, it's very important to me, and this is something which I like, for instance, like players from Joe Bonamassa, he can do the same. I mean, he's far more an amp nerd than me, but also there one amp, one guitar the guy can play. And that's very important.
Yes.
So this is then the eye, the spot on the eye. When you can use it, use it. When it's not available or you have to travel, you just pick up one pedal and go off to the plane. Finish. Very easy.
So, how long have you been working on this?
Oh.
It seems like a lot of thought put into it.
Yeah. For 20 years or for 25 years I used different stuff.
Yeah.
And it was great stuff. So the whole thing was completely different, but I started to think, okay, this was a brand which is still existing, and this was the amplifier I had was just handmade by the owner at that time, which is nowadays written, you know, with pre-worked stuff from China, and it's still great stuff. But I just was thinking, okay, I don't want to pick it up on the road anymore, because when this thing goes down, I have a big problem, really big problem. So I wanted to simplify things, and I tested tons of pedals, tons of distortion pedals. There are so many out there. And then I came up with Weehbo, and then I called the guy and I said, hey, I need some pedals, and we talked a little further, and I need some different sounds, different gain stages, and so the whole concept took me more than a year. Really more than a year. Just so this was then something which I did during the unfamous break we had, you know, and so I just got one pedal from Weehbo, one of the very first. It was a JVMDrive like this one here, and I think right from the spot, wow. That's it. That's it. That's so cool. And so the connection between your fingers and the speakers and this pedal, wow. And then I looked a little further. I checked all the products they had, and they sent me, I think, 10 pedals, something like this, nearly every distortion pedal. And I could test all of them for what I wanted. And so this is now the pedal board from which I say all these pedals, they connect in a way together. So it's different sounds, but it's always one style. You know? And so and it's great. It's really great. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, of course. No?
Okay. So, do you have anything else to add to this? Or?
No.
Okay.
This is no. It doesn't need to be this big, but at least it happened.
It happened.
It happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I see that's it for today.
Yeah.
Very nice talk. So, see you guys, perhaps in another video. Bye bye.
Hasta la vista.